What is good, Ambush? And welcome to this week's episode of the Desert Tiger Podcast here with me, the host of the DTP. My name is Colton G, and this week I am joined by Ceesar as we talk all about his new EP, his debut, Hustle and Passion. Hustle and Passion, like I said, is Ceesar's debut EP. Ceesar has only been in the music industry pursuing his musical passions for about 2 years now. He actually spent his time as an entrepreneur before that. So what sort of business was he doing? We're going to talk to him about that. What was the moment that made him decide that his heart wanted to pursue music, to sing, to bring a smile to other people's faces, because that is the goal with his music. So what gave him that passion, that inspiration? We're going to be talking about some of the lessons that he has learned as an entrepreneur and how he has applied those to his musical journey. We're also going to be talking about some of the singles that have dropped in hyping up to this release of this new EP, Hustle and Passion, including a little bit about the song that you're going to be hearing right away that we're going to be kicking things off with. That is entitled Day to Day. We're also going to be playing a few other tracks, as you know we like to do. We're also going to be talking about, how the release for this debut EP, Hustle and Passion, has been forced to divert and change and adapt. And we're also going to be talking about what the future holds. Of course, when you got hustle and passion as an entrepreneur, the drive is strong, and Ceesar's already working on his next projects as well, and we're going to be getting a little info on that too. So all of this and more. Before we get there, we just have to go ahead and shout out one of the best ways that you can support the Desert Tiger Podcast, and that is DesertTigerMerch.com. We told you recently that we just got in new items last week, a new teal shirt, a new gray tank top. Well, those are selling fast, and we're almost actually going to be selling out of them very soon. DesertTigerMerch.com. Go ahead and cop yourself one before they're gone. All right, you guys, let's jump into this conversation with Ceesar. But first, you know we do it day to day.
Categorize my hunger, never lag. Yeah, we coincide, you feel the vibe, I hold it down in fact. Got my people sitting on my shoulders. You could tell I'm on my way, but it's never over. Struggling to reach it, they calling me a soldier. Fighting from my knees, I pray, and I'm getting bolder. In the wind, I am MIA. There's a force that's calling my name. Can you hear that? Season should rain. Be a witness to my display. You can tell I'm on my way to fame. In the wind, I and MIA. There's a force that's calling my name. Can you hear that Caesar charade? Be a witness to my display. You can tell I'm on my way to fame. You can tell I'm living it, killing it day to day. You can tell I'm on my way to fame. You can tell I'm living it, killing it day to day.
The Desert Tiger Podcast.
Hello, is this Ceesar?
Hey, how are you, Colton?
I am fantastic, and how are you doing right now?
I'm good. How's everything over there going?
Oh, it's a beautiful sunny day right now, so I can't really complain about a whole lot. How's life on your end of the country?
It's good. It's sunny over here, just like you, so I can get a nice tan and good weather. Can't complain.
Ooh, gotta love that for sure. All right, so we're here to talk about your upcoming EP, Hustle and Passion. Get all the details about it, your exploration into music. So, are you ready to jump into it?
Absolutely, let's do this.
All right, so I want to start out because I'm really intrigued. I see that you only began writing music, that you only really jumped into music just a few years ago. So what were you doing before this exploration into music, and what was the moment that made you decide you wanted to take this journey?
Right. No, great questions. So prior to music, I was an entrepreneur. Back in 2015, I owned my own sports supplement store along with an online store. And then from 2015 up until about 2018, a lot of online e-commerce, drop shipping, private labeling. I saw a huge trend towards people starting to purchase more products online, the convenience of being able to literally just be in your bed or on your couch and get all your online shopping done. Everything comes to your house. So I saw that trend. I learned more about the e-commerce, all that for a couple of years. 2018 comes, and then I heard that one song from Post Malone, White Iverson. I don't know if you've heard it, but I heard that record, and I was like, wow, this record just made me feel a certain way, but in a very good way. It wasn't a bad way. It just made me feel like really, really good. It was hard to describe, but I just got this amazing, good feeling overwhelming my body. So I instantly thought, like, wow, if somebody's music can make me feel this way, I want to do that for as many people out there as I can. So starting in 2018, that's when I first journeyed into music.
Okay, awesome. So you just caught good vibes one day off of the post, and from there it just welled up inside of you and burst forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got started in music in 2018. As soon as I did that, I started reaching out to people in my network to start learning more about the music business, get some beats made and to see how things work. So I got some beats made in 2018. I got in the studio for the first time trying to record some, covers from other artists to send it off to a couple other people so they could kind of see what I sounded like. I started getting more beats sent to me. And then in 2019, earlier in the year, I finally went to the studio to actually start recording my music. Now, when I got there, the vocal ability and performance was not there. So this was during the week when I went to the studio. And then I recognized that right away. So it was probably that Saturday, so literally within days, I had my first a vocal lesson with a vocal coach here in Ottawa. And pretty much since then, I've been having vocal lessons for 3, almost 5 times a week for some periods of time, because I really saw the importance of, improving my vocal ability to just improve as an artist and to continue to, put out even better and better music as time goes by. So it was quite the eye-opener in 2018 when I first went to the studio. But I'm happy I did it, and I've never looked back since.
Okay, awesome. So you definitely took a moment to find mentors along that process when you were getting to different processes, like when it came to production and beats, when it came to
Absolutely.
progressing your songwriting. So going and finding mentors, was that something that you had naturally learned from your years of entrepreneurship that you had just applied to this new journey in music?
Oh, 100%, 100%. So, like in business, it's like you start a company, you want to bring on board the best people for the job. So whether that's like, your marketing team, it could be your HR, whatever the position may be, you want to constantly, bring on the best people on board and develop as a team. So that came naturally to me. And also, when you look at the music, it's also a music business. So you can employ a lot of the same tactics that you would as like a regular business or like a online store into the music business. So quickly, I started building a team, reaching out to people to try and continue to build relationships, build that team to the point where I'm constantly improving with everybody. Everybody's winning together. We keep growing as a team. And that was very, very, very important, in my career so far, to keep improving myself as an artist along with everybody around me. So definitely, the skills I learned as an entrepreneur, I applied them 100%, to my career now, and it's definitely made a huge difference.
Okay, fantastic. I really, really enjoy that you continue to take that knowledge and applying it. So once you actually begin creating and making your singing to the level that you're more comfortable with releasing the music, were you already getting your lyric game down well before this, or when did you start progressing this, and was this also a team process as well?
Yeah, so at the beginning, because I didn't have any, lyric writing or, structurally looking at songs, I didn't have any experience. So at the beginning, it was kind of like I had ideas in my head and I had concepts. Like I can hear a beat and say, wow, like I feel this kind of way, and like I hear these lyrics, but like how do we put it on paper and how does it go with the beat and whatnot? So again, that's where the relationships came in, the team came in to help, put that to reality. And by doing so, I learn as well. So it's definitely a team effort. I'm really big on team effort. So definitely, for sure, having people on the team help, bring these ideas to life was definitely pivotal in actually being able to put out, my first project and to continue, recording more music and, just to keep improving the songwriting, the production, the beats, everything, just to keep improving, getting better and better and better, for sure.
Okay, awesome. So like you said, you had seen the trend of shopping was going towards the online method as well, and music has definitely been taking that trend in the last decade as well, with Spotify and all those other streaming services definitely becoming a lot more of a force within just the last 3 years alone.
Absolutely.
So what was it like preparing to release these singles once we get into 2020? What is it like creating the image of Ceesar and getting that persona ready to finally show the world everything that you've been crafting since 2018?
Right. So for me, starting at the beginning, it was like, okay, who am I in this world? Who am I in this music business? What's my identity? How do I feel comfortable? So once I started asking those questions, then again, with the team, we started, putting down on paper, like a plan, like, okay, like we're going to do this, this, and this. Do you feel comfortable? I feel like we should do this. What do you think about that? And we're just bouncing ideas back and forth from, the looks to, the marketing, especially on all the digital platforms like you're saying, because if you think about it now, where do a lot of people get their music from? It's like Instagram, your Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, it's all online stuff. So that was a huge part in the marketing and, building relationships, with those companies as well. So now if you take a couple steps back, you look at everything. We have, the look, how are we going to create your look? What are you comfortable with? How do you feel like this? The music sense, like where are you comfortable with the music? Where do you fit? And then the marketing side, so the digital, the DSPs, all these platforms, how can we build relationships? How can we connect with fans and other people, most importantly, because it's about the fans and it's the people. So where is everybody listening to music? How can we, virtually like sit down with them and be like, hey, check out this music. What do you think about it? So definitely, again, the team, very important, from the look to the music, and especially the digital platforms, and, placing the music where people are consuming it the most, for sure.
Okay, awesome. So let's jump into the music itself now. You said that you were inspired by that embracing the moment, that ability to put positivity inside of people's spirits, put a smile on people's faces. So let's jump into some of the singles. The first song that you end up dropping, Day to Day.
Yeah.
Your first introduction of the world to Ceesar, where you actually, like you said, having fans, and you did get a lot of really good feedback for this song right off the back as well. So jump into the song, what it means for you, and what it was like to finally release your first song.
Yeah, great question. So for me, it was like, okay, what's going to be my debut single? Which one do I find, is the strongest out of this first project? And I found Day to Day had like the best vibe out of everything, and incorporates, at least me personally, I find has a couple different genres in there. And again, it's just like this feel good beats that, you can listen to while you're in the gym, in the car, in the club, driving around, with your significant other, anything. So I felt the strongest about that one. So we went ahead and, put a little bit more budget into that along with the music video. And I'm very, very, very happy with that release. I'm very happy with that one.
Mm-hmm. And you just mentioned the video, which I really enjoy that as well. It has a very dreaming vibe, sort of like you're living in the clouds.
Yes, exactly. There you go. That's the vibe we were going for. I'm glad to hear that.
I know you at home. I know you don't wanna be alone. We can do what you want. I tell you I am the one, and when he's gone, I feel it, I feel it. I know I calm you down, I know I'll be around, and I lay down and I'll admit now. I need ya, I need ya. I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna waste your energy. I need ya. I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna waste your. All I need is some to make me numb, now. I'll never get over you, I'll never get over you. All I need is some to make me numb, now. I'll never get over you, I'll never get over you. Yeah, yeah, I need ya, I need ya. I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna waste your energy. I need ya. I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna waste your. Lost in my feelings, I'm lost in my feelings again. I really don't know how the fuck it's going in. lost in my feelings, I'm lost in my feelings again. I really don't know how the fuck it's going in. Yeah, I need ya, I need ya. I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna waste your energy. Yeah, I need ya. I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna waste your.
The Desert Tiger Podcast.
Let's talk about the second single that dropped off of Hustle and Passion here, About You. It came out on April 30th. This feels like a lot more of a love and loss vibe song.
Yeah, exactly. So with regards to that one, with like the lyrics and the message, I didn't want to make it like too specific. I wanted to try and make sure that what people hear, they can apply it to their own life and their own situation. So it kind of leaves the mind open for your own interpretation. And then we went with, kind of more of an edgy visual representation for the music video. Again, we felt like, let's go in a different direction, go edgy. And again, with like the beat and the visuals, it pretty much mashed well together. We got a really good positive feedback on that one. And the views on YouTube alone prove that, and just a lot of, emails, DMs, and text messages. People really like that. And it's got like kind of a dancey, almost like Latinish vibe to it. So that was another, different demographic that was listening to that record. I got some messages from Spanish-speaking people, which was absolutely amazing. So again, like it was another one that explored somewhat of a different genre. Got to share that, with a lot of people. And again, great feedback. A lot of people loved it. They felt good about it. So again, I was very happy with that second release. Very, very happy.
I want to talk about that expression and that exploration of different sounds as well, because All Me, the second song on the album, also really has like a very island vibe to it as well. That very like high energy horns to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So this first project, because it's the first project, I'm really, trying to find myself as an artist. So that's why I incorporated different genres to see what I'm comfortable with and, just to see the kind of feedback I would get, because it means a lot to me what, fans and what other people think about my music, because if I know what people like, I'm going to give you more of what you all like, So again, All Me, a little bit different. I really wanted to see what people would think about it. I was happy doing that record. I felt comfortable with the energy, the vibe there. The more genres I do, the more comfortable I'm in those shoes and, continuing to move forward. I'm starting to create, my own sound, my own path, my own identity, because I'm trying these different genres, finding my place in this business, finding myself as an artist, getting feedback from fans and other people. So it's really kind of opening those doors and lighting a path moving forward that I feel confident moving forward that that's the right path in my career.
Awesome. So, of course, during this year, things have been a little bit difficult to do things maybe as confidently as maybe the plan had been set up to be. Maybe things couldn't be as well done. You can't do any release shows hyping up to this, maybe less appearances that are possible. So what has it been like shifting the release plan for Hustle and Passion and all of the singles that have accompanied it?
Yeah, great question. I mean, with everything going on, it's almost like it still feels like a movie. I never thought something like this would happen, but yeah, it definitely shifted focus and strategy on a lot of things. In terms of releasing Hustle and Passion, there wasn't too much change because, again, this was my first project. There wasn't any touring that was initially planned for it. And pretty much when this pandemic hit, the project was done already. So we already had, the project done. So it's just a question about, okay, how are we going to release this? And obviously, given with what's going on, traveling is out of the question. So it's more of a digital strategy and, phone interviews, phone conversations. So the strategy was a little bit different in terms of releasing this project. But for the new project I'm working on, that was definitely delayed because, when this pandemic hit, we were told to stay inside. So I was staying inside, wasn't going out. So a couple months of not recording. But then once things started to enter the proper stages over here that, we were allowed to go out and keep, social distancing, that's when I was able to get back into recording. But yeah, it's like now, concerts, in-person events, even interviews like with yourself, like we're doing it over the phone, in person, can't be doing that stuff. So definitely there was a shift in that sense. But at the same time, I did my best to stay productive, doing vocal training at home, vocal exercises, coming up with different ideas with the team, bouncing ideas for different records, directions, and, just trying to improve myself as an artist, as a person as well, and, trying to bump up the social media, getting to know the fans, getting to know the people, and vice versa for them to get to know me even better. Because, I feel like now it's like we're on Netflix, we're online, so I'm going to be there for you guys to get to know me and vice versa.
Fantastic. So you actually mentioned that you're already working on your next project, and that was something I definitely wanted to know more about. What does the future hold for Ceesar after Hustle and Passion here? What does the next steps look like?
Yeah, so proud to say I've started working on my next project already. I would say I'm almost halfway done, and just the production on this EP is just night and day compared to the first project. Just the professionalism, the vocal quality, the beats, everything is just night and day. I'm so excited for this release. Not only just for myself, because I know how much I've improved tremendously in such a short period of time, because I take this very seriously for this music, but I'm so excited for everyone else to see, this second project and the quality, so that way they can compare it to the first one and be like, wow, like, this guy's putting in the work, he's professional, he keeps improving himself. So I'm very, very excited about that. In the future, we got Hustle and Passion dropping soon. And then later this year, I'm really pushing for the second project to drop as well. And, just throughout this whole time, continue to, get to know my fans, let people get to know who I am, keep building relationships, improving myself as a person, as an artist, and, keep pushing forward.
Awesome. So before I ask my last question, where can the listeners of the podcast do exactly that? Connect more with you.
Yeah, so I'm on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I got my YouTube channel. I would definitely say follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active. I know I should be more active on other social platforms. I'm doing my best. I'm getting better. But definitely hit me on Instagram there. We can connect. We can talk, get to know each other there. And you'll be up to date on everything I'm doing. So definitely Instagram is the first place.
All right, fantastic. They should definitely check that out. Last question.
All right.
So as someone who had definitely taken big strides towards entrepreneurship and other career paths, making the decision to dive into the arts and putting yourself forward, expressing yourself and opening yourself up to the world, it can definitely be a lot more of a challenge. It still has a lot of the same qualities, but still a lot of differences as well. So say maybe there's somebody out there who has spent a long period of their life doing something, and they're afraid to step into what they think could be their next step, the thing that could make their heart sing and soar. What would you say to that person?
Honestly, I would say any hardship That's what it takes to get to where you want to be. Now, I know it's easier said than done. So what I found for myself that actually helped me, move forward and actually get things done and progress is to surround yourself with people that have that knowledge in the space where you want to be. So, for example, if, I wanted to play soccer, I'm going to surround myself with people who play soccer, who are in the game, that can mentor me. I'm in music, so I chose to surround myself with people in music that could mentor me and help me push forward. So what I would say is, whatever you're trying to get into, it's going to be hard, but trust me, at the end of that hardship is where you want to be and that person you envision to be. And to get there, my advice, surround yourself with people that are already where you want to be, and those people will mentor you and help guide you to where you want to be. So that way, one day, you can then be that person to help someone else get to where you are.
Awesome. I love the energy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Ceesar, to tell us all about hustle and passion.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. This is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you.
I've been so alone since you left. I can't even catch my breath. So drunk, looking like I'm two-stepping. I can't get over you, yeah. I feel I'm lost, I'm sauced, I'm tripping, cause I need ya. I got too much pride, acting like I got amnesia. I'm just drunk texting. Yeah, I'm drunk texting. Let me confess, confession, so many lies, they stretching. I feel alone, ain't stressing, wanna give up, your blessing. I know you ain't fucking with me, I guess. And spend my whole life fixing my messes. I'm so lost, think I need an exit. I'm just drunk texting. Yeah, I'm drunk texting. I've been so alone since you left. I can't even catch my breath. So drunk, looking like I'm two-stepping. I can't get over you, yeah. I feel I'm lost, I'm sauced, I'm tripping, cause I need ya. I got too much pride, acting like I got amnesia. I'm just drunk texting. Yeah, I'm drunk texting. Look like a mess, mad hazy, I should say less. All crazy, I can digress. Can't change me, buttons get pressed. Who raised me, bidding me out, but what the fuck your problem? Big old dick, and my sweat is throbbing. I regret every text come morning. I'm just drunk texting. Yeah, I'm drunk texting. I've been so alone since you left. I can't even catch my breath. So drunk, looking like I'm two-stepping. I can't get over you, yeah. I feel I'm lost, I'm sauced, I'm tripping, cause I need ya. I got too much pride, acting like I got amnesia. I'm just drunk texting. Yeah, I'm drunk texting.
The song you just heard, well, that was called Drunk Texting. In the middle of the show, you heard About You, and we kicked off today's episode of the DTP with Day to Day, which not only was Ceesar's first single as an artist, but it was also the first single off of his new EP, Hustle and Passion. Hustle and Passion is available right now. That's right, you can hear all three of these songs plus the rest of the EP on, yes, your favorite music streaming service. It is that easy. When you're there, hit follow so that when Ceesar goes ahead and drops his next project, you can get it in your ears ASAP. DTP. And with that being said, I have to go ahead and give Ceesar a final roaring DTP. Thank you for joining me here on today's episode of the show. And well, I have to go ahead and thank Cassandra from Strut Entertainment with helping with setting the whole thing up. And last but not least, it is you, the beautiful, loyal Ambush, for tuning in once again to this episode of the Desert Tiger Podcast. If you're new to the show, maybe it's your first time listening. If you haven't joined the Ambush yet, it's super simple. All you have to do is go ahead and hit subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast listening service, whichever one you're using right now possibly. You can also help the show growing by giving us a 5-star review on either Apple Podcasts or Stitcher. That would help us grow. You can also do so by sharing this episode. It's as easy as taking a snapshot, sharing that picture, and tagging me, the Colton G, the Desert Tiger Podcast, or Ceesar, so that we can show you some love for doing so. And if you want to go above and beyond, that is deserttigermerch.com, so you can pick up some of the latest and greatest of Desert Tiger Podcast swag, which is actually moving very quickly, and where it's looking like we're going to be selling out of those new green teal shirts, as well as the gray tank tops very soon. We only have like 4 smalls, 4 larges, like literally the most we have of any size is actually the number 4. So we're going to be selling out very soon. So deserttigermerch.com. And with that, finally, next week, we're being joined by the wonderful Nyx, who is out there putting her paws in the sand, chasing her dreams. And that's where we'll be joining you again next week. So until then, stay beautiful and get out there and chase your dreams. Put your paws in your desert sand and find your oasis or your mountaintop, whatever one it is that makes you feel happy, and let your voice roar. All right, y'all. Until next week, bye-bye, and stay beautiful.